Thank you for joining us on Studio G. My name is Kylie Pierce.
And I'm Jalen. Let's get started.
Nevada Assembly Bill 416, which seeks to ban book banning, passed the Assembly Judiciary Committee last Friday. The bill will prevent school and library boards from banning books unless they're deemed legally obscene. The opponents of the bill say that it takes away parents' rights, removing local control over school and public libraries, but individuals can still challenge books by proving its obscenity in court. The book was proposed after last year's wave of challenging books for promoting diversity and equity. Assembly Bill 416 is now in full assembly, where it must gain approval before moving forward into law.
There has been a decline in tourism in Las Vegas, and many wonder how that will affect the city.
Recent data shows a decrease in visitor numbers, convention attendance, and hotel occupancy compared to previous years here in Las Vegas. Our stakes are high due to the city depending heavily on the success of tourism and the hospitality industry. This can be a cause of many factors, like slowing down in economic growth, travel advisories, trade disputes, and price increases. It has been stated that due to the softening of the national economy, visitor volume will continue to decline. As prices increase, our city's tourism will be highly affected, especially from international tourism.
Overall trends suggest a continued turn down upcoming years, as well as a decrease in international travel. Speaking of Las Vegas tourism, we are saddened to announce the passing of Elaine Wynn, the influential businesswoman and philanthropist known as the Queen of Las Vegas. She passed at the age of 82 inside of her home on April 14th following a brief illness. Elaine's legacy extends all over the valley, from the arts to education. She was actively involved in the creation of Las Vegas Museum of Art, a project she described as her personal legacy. Her legacy will live on through the city of the philanthropy and she did throughout Las Vegas. Summer might be extra dry this year due to lack of snow this past winter. Southern Nevada is set for a lean year due to anticipated water levels this summer. According to the Southern Nevada Water Authority, the elevation of Lake Mead has dropped more than 150 feet since 2000. Snow in the upper Colorado River Basin, which provides stream flow for the two largest reservoirs, Lake Mead and Lake Powell, has underperformed this winter, possibly causing a long-term drought. Over the past 2 years, water conservation agreements have helped the water levels at Lake Mead. The U.S. Bureau of Reclamation, which runs Hoover Dam and Glen Canyon Dam, that manage the water flow from Lake Powell, faces a deadline at the end of 2026 to implement updated guidelines for river operations. So what can Southern Nevadans do to help conserve water? Follow mandatory seasonal water restrictions to reduce outdoor consumption, prevent and report water waste to local utilities, practice smart irrigation for grass lawns, and decrease water usage at home. Remember that we do live in the desert, so every drop counts.
Vegas is seeing a shift in air, literally. While smoking has been a long staple of the casino experience, the trend towards smoke-free environments is gaining momentum. Currently, most casinos on the Strip still allow smoking on their gaming floors, but there are exceptions. Park MGM stands out as the only fully smoke-free casino on Las Vegas Boulevard, banning smoking in all areas, including the gaming floor, hotel rooms, and restaurants. This change is driven by evolving public attitudes and health concerns. Fewer Americans smoke today than ever before, and many visitors now prefer a cleaner, smoke-free atmosphere. Casino operators are also reconsidering the business benefits: lower maintenance costs, reduced health insurance premiums, and more enjoyable experience for guests. While a complete ban in indoor smoking in Las Vegas casinos has not been mandated by law, some casinos are voluntarily creating non-smoking sections to reduce smoke exposure. The future likely holds more smoke-free casinos as the industry adapts to changing customer preferences and health standards. The smoky haze that once defined Las Vegas casinos is beginning to clear, offering a breath of fresh air to visitors and workers alike.
The city of Las Vegas is inviting the community to the free Family Spring Fling this Saturday, April 19th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. in the Floyd Lamb Park at Tool Springs.
Hosted by Ward 6 Councilwoman Nancy Brune and the City of Las Vegas, the festival is free and open to the public of all ages. There will be a classic car show, pet parade, contests, arts and crafts fair, and community vendors. There will be also a jump house, food trucks, DJs, music, and family resource tables, along with the table and the spring weather. Park admission will be free from 10 to 2. Bring your family and enjoy the festive fun.
Exciting news for Las Vegas. IKEA is expanding its footprint with a brand new store concept in Henderson, set to open this fall at the Whitney Ranch Shopping Center. This isn't your typical IKEA. The new 2,900 square foot plan is designed to help you create your dream kitchen, bedroom, or bathroom with personalized planning support from IKEA experts. While you won't be able to grab items off the shelves, you can order everything you need and either have it delivered or pick up at the store. This marks IKEA's second location in the Las Vegas area, following their Southwest Superstore that opened in 2016. It's all part of IKEA's mission to make a stylish, affordable home solutions more accessible.
Although Las Vegas is already the entertainment capital of the world, it's looking like it's now becoming a part of the film industry. On Tuesday, lawmakers advanced the plan to create $900 million film studio complex in Las Vegas. It will be funded through state-approved tax credits over a 15-year period. Warner Bros. Has teamed up with Sony Pictures to create the Summerlin Studios. The Nevada Studio Infrastructure, Jobs, and Workforce Training Act is the name of the bill that will make this plan happen. The bill will provide over 10,000 new jobs and boost Nevada's economy by $3 million. More than 5,000 Nevadans are ready to work in film and production, and students at UNLV will get the chance to be a part of it. For any students that are interested in working in film, this will be a great opportunity.
Looking for something fun to do on campus later today? Well, look no further than Rebels After Dark. Thursday, April 17th from 7 p.m. until 10:30 p.m. at the Valerie Pita Plaza, there will be free food and activities for all UNLV students, and the event is free with the UNLV Events Pass. Make sure Rebels do not miss out on this great event.
There are a lot of changes happening with our Running Rebels men's basketball team as Coach Josh Pastner steps into this role. Let's check in with reporter Blake Lee for more.
Winning in Vegas is the hope as new men's basketball coach Josh Pastner and the UNLV men's basketball team have added some backcourt size with their latest transfer, Howard Fleming Jr., a 6-foot guard from Texas Rio Grande. This marks 5 total players joining the Rebels from the spring transfer portal, and players Gibbs Larhorn, Al Green, Emmanuel Steffens, and Daden Thomas. With their additions, UNLV looks to capitalize on the NCAA tournament berth in this year's upcoming season.
Thank you for the update, Blake. It's looking to be an interesting season for the Running Rebels.
The UNLV Scarlet Dance Line has been prepping for tryouts this last week, where reporter Zoe Salas went out to check it out. Zoe?
We're joined here at the MPE complex here on campus, where the UNLV Scarlet Dance Line is here for their first tryout clinic in preparation for their tryouts coming up this May. The Scarlet Dance Line is one of 3 spirit teams here at UNLV, but what is it that differs them from others? We spoke to senior captain Angela Loya on what Scarlet is and what it means to her.
Member of the Star of Nevada marching band, and we perform with the marching band at every home football game, and we actually do 1 away game each season, and we also perform at every Lady Rebels home basketball game as well. Scarlet has just been such a big change in my life. It's something different than what I did in high school, and I've met so many other people along the way, as well as opened so many other opportunities as well, especially going into pro dance in the future after I graduate. So it's really good experiences. And I think the biggest accomplishment from Scarlet and being on this team is really getting those opportunities that you didn't think you could have.
The team practices 3 days a week in the fall and 2 days a week in the spring to prepare for all football and Lady Rebels basketball games. Tryouts will be happening early May, and anyone is welcome to try out, no experience required. You can keep up to date with the UNLV Scarlet Dance Line's Instagram for more tryout information and how you can get involved with the Dance Line team. I'm going to toss it back over to you guys at the desk now, but I think I'm going to actually go join them too.
Well, good luck out there, Zoe. We believe in you. For more information on the Dance Line, you can reach out through their Instagram at UNLV Scarlet Dance Line.
For more sports news both on and off campus, you can check out student-run sports show Rebel Report, airing every Thursday at 1:30 on their YouTube channel.
Coming up, Pennsylvania governor's house left to ash in an arson at his home. More on what unfolded next.
Plus, the Trump administration is getting into hot water with multiple organizations and universities. All that and more after the break.
Every year, thousands of people are hospitalized by the flu, a virus that is easily preventable through vaccination. The virus transmits through any close contact, so getting your shot is the first step in stopping the spread. The more people that get the vaccine, the less likely it becomes for you to contract and infect others with the virus. With flu season in full effect, there is never a better time than now to get your flu shot. Talk to your local doctor, pharmacy, or visit the CDC website at www.cdc.gov for more information. Do your part to stop the spread of the flu and schedule your flu vaccination today.
Every 7 minutes, a pedestrian is killed or injured due to impatient and reckless driving and careless walking. For everyone's safety, don't be reckless. Watch the road.
In today's world, getting to know your neighbors isn't just about being friendly, it's about keeping your community safe. Building strong connections with those around you creates an extra layer of security. Neighbors who know each other can help prevent intruders by noticing when something seems off. And when natural disasters strike or emergencies arise, those same connections can make all the difference. Getting to know your neighbors isn't just about community, it's about safety and support. Take some time today to get to know your neighbors. You never know when you might need each other.
Welcome back to Studio G. Before we jump into our national block, let's kick it over to Wyatt for the weather.
What's up, guys? Wyatt here with the weather. This week is going to look a little colder, so let's run through it real quick. Current temperature 66 and sunny, a little bit cloudy. This should be doing some updating. However, it's probably going to get sunny later. So, valley temperature so far. North Las Vegas 68, Sunrise 69, Las Vegas 66, Summerlin 63, all of them looking around the mid to high 60s, and that's how it's going to be for the rest of today, slowly dipping into the low 70s the further on we go into the day. However, on campus, it is going to be high 70s or mid 70s, however you interpret 76. Moving on. Sunset time is going to be down to 7:16 now. So again, more sunlight, a little more time to stay out in the weather before the nightlife starts to appear. 7-day forecast, let's go ahead and start out. 76 again for today, 68 to Friday, and it's just going to keep getting hotter. However, again, don't interpret everything past Sunday. That's mostly just up to meteorologists taking a good hard guess. Again, it's going to get hotter the more we go throughout the week, but again, don't take this really for granted. Just take it with a slight grain of salt. It's probably going to get hotter. It might get colder. We'll let you know next week. Wyatt, I'm out. Ladies, what do you think about the weather so far?
I'm enjoying the warmer weather. Thank you for that rundown, Wyatt. Now let's hop into what's happening around the country. In the early morning hours of April 13th, Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro's official residence was the target of an arson attack. According to the police, 38-year-old Cody Allen Balmer climbed over the fence and threw gasoline-filled beer bottles onto the property, setting multiple fires. The governor, his family, and guests had just finished celebrating Passover and were inside at the time, but thankfully no one was injured. Balmer later called 911 himself, admitting to the crime and saying he was angry over Governor Shapiro's support for Israel. He now faces serious charges, including attempted homicide, terrorism, and aggravated arson.
Individual was trying to deter me from doing my job as your governor. Rest assured, I will find a way to work even harder than I was just yesterday.
The attack has sparked national conversation about political violence, anti-Semitism, and the safety of elected officials. Investigators are reviewing the case for possible hate crime charges as security measures around the residence are reassessed.
Last Tuesday, a hearing took place. The Maryland man who the Trump administration admitted was deported to El Salvador by mistake. The government has claimed that he is a part of the MS-13 gang, which his attorneys deny. And despite a Supreme Court ruling that the U.S. must facilitate his return, the administration says it can't. Here's reporter Emma Rosenstein with more.
What do we want? ICE out of Maryland! What do we want it? Now! What do we want? ICE out of Maryland! What do we want it? Now!
Crowds gathered outside of the U.S. District Court in Greenbelt, Maryland, rallying for the return of Kilmar Armando Abrego Garcia, a man currently imprisoned in El Salvador after being deported mistakenly.
I will not stop fighting until I see my husband alive.
Despite this admission to fault, the White House maintains that the U.S. had no power to return him.
And if he ever ends up back in the United States, he would immediately be deported again.
Many are questioning the constitutional validity of the Trump administration's deportation tactics. Maryland Senator Chris Van Hollen voiced his concerns outside of the courtroom.
Emphasize that President Trump and our Attorney General Pam Bondi and the Vice President of the United States are lying when they say that Abrego Garcia has been charged with a crime or is part of MS-13. That is a lie.
Salvadorian President Nayib Bukele visited the White House, where he made it clear that he would not release Abrego Garcia, claiming he lacks the power to do so. The fight for Kilmar Abrego Garcia's return continues, with his supporters vowing to keep up the pressure until justice is served. As this legal battle unfolds, the fate of Kilmar Abrego Garcia remains uncertain, but his wife and supporters are determined to fight until his safe return. This has been Emma Rosenstein with Studio G.
Maryland Senator Chris Holland also went to El Salvador to meet Abrego Garcia, but his request was denied by the El Salvadorian government.
The Trump administration has also been in some hot water with many universities across the country, including prestigious Ivy League Harvard. This week, Harvard University is standing firm against Trump administration's demands, despite threats of drastic federal action. Last Friday, Harvard was handed a list of demands, including ending diversity programs, discipline for student encampments, and more. Harvard President Alan Garber rejected the demands, calling them unconstitutional and an overreach of government power. In retaliation, federal officials froze $2.2 billion in grants. This standoff is intensifying, with both Harvard and its supporters, including their top universities, refusing to back down. The Trump administration, which has threatened other institutions in recent weeks, insists the move is aimed at combating anti-Semitism on campuses. Regardless of the reasoning, Harvard is not budging and plans to continue to stand with their faculty and staff. While $2.2 billion has already been cut, it is unknown the lengths at which the administration is willing to go to get Harvard to comply.
Domestic farmers have started asking if a bailout is in order after President Trump's tariffs have left many with nowhere to go. Reporter Evan Curl has more.
Our new trade policy will also be great for the American farmer. I love the farmer. It may be a little bit of an adjustment period. And I said, just bear with me. And they did. They did. Probably have to bear with me again. And this will be even.
That statement was given during Trump's address to Congress on March 5th. The consensus from farmers today say that they could face financial ruin following Trump's tumultuous tariff plan, many of which going as far to say that another taxpayer-funded bailout is due. The already fragile ground that farmers work on due to climate change-induced severe weather has only been worsened by the usage of tariffs.
Yeah, it seems like I'm not making a lot of friends as I talk to, farmers and their crop consultants here as we go west to east across the Corn Belt. You're right. In the west, it's too dry, it's too warm. In the east, it's been rainy and now it's cool. And then, maybe in the middle, we've got some folks who are kind of happy and moving along. But it does seem that we've got a wide spread of problems across the Corn Belt this spring.
Farmers in Texas have faced immediate issues, being that they heavily rely on Mexican trade, as Mexico is our largest trading partner, along with relying on Mexican farmhands for cheap labor. China is also a big buyer of crops like sorghum and cotton, both of which are largely grown in Texas, both of which, and many others, now face a 125% tariff. This comes after rural counties stood strong behind Trump in the 2024 election, showing only 11 out of 444 agricultural counties voting against him. His vote share rose in these counties even after his last trade war-induced farmer buyout in 2018 and 19, costing taxpayers $23 billion.
The USAID, which purchased about $2 billion every year in agriculture products for humanitarian and programs, also has been dismantled by the Trump administration.
President Trump plans to defund public broadcasting after his outrage over PBS and NPR news coverage. The Trump administration will make an official request when Congress reconvenes later this month to cut $1.1 billion from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, or CPB. CPB partially funds both PBS and NPR, and the planned cuts would take away 2 years' worth of funding. According to the public broadcasting chiefs, it would wipe out smaller local stations and weaken public media. Since March, President Trump has called for defunding of PBS and NPR for political bias, claiming that the networks are radical left monsters. However, recent polls show that Americans are more likely to support continued federal funding for the broadcasting networks. The president's request will require a majority vote in both chambers of Congress to successfully defund public broadcasting. Coming up next, WrestleMania's in town. More on that and all things entertainment coming up.
Drunk driving is more than just a fine. It's lives lost, someone's family member gone, and futures ruined. One choice can lead to a lifetime of regret. Are you willing to pay that price and ruin someone's life? If you drink, find a safe way home. Look out for others, because no amount of fun is worth losing a life.
In today's world, getting to know your neighbors isn't just about being friendly, it's about keeping your community safe. Building strong connections with those around you creates an extra layer of security. Neighbors who know each other can help prevent intruders by noticing when something seems off. And when natural disasters strike or emergencies arise, those same connections can make all the difference. Getting to know your neighbors isn't just about community, it's about safety and support. Take some time today to get to know your neighbors. You never know when you might need each other.
The world is predicted to generate at least 220 million tons of plastic waste in the year of 2024. 70 million tons are predicted to end up in our environment. It's not hard to do. Recycle.
Welcome back to Studio G. Let's jump right into the fun stuff. A lot has happened this week. Wyatt is back with news regarding WrestleMania. Wyatt?
Hey, it's me again. Let's break down the card. On Saturday, Jade Cargill versus Naomi. Next, for the World Tag Team Championship, champions the War Raiders against New Day. Luchadors battle with El Grande Americano against Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio. The United States champion LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. Again on the women's side for the WWE Women's Championship, Tiffany Stratton defends her title against Charlotte Flair. Royal Rumble winner Jey Uso goes against Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. To close out the show, it's a triple threat match, years in the making. CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns. Starting Sunday, the Women's Tag Team Championship, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez defend against Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. Next, a Sin City street fight between powerhouses. Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. An amazing fatal four-way for the Intercontinental Championship. Champion Braun Breaker defends against Penta, Finn Balor, and Dominic Mysterio. A veteran versus a rookie. AJ Styles goes head-to-head against Logan Paul. Another triple threat for the Women's World Championship. Io Sky defends against Bianca Belair and former champion Rhea Ripley. Finally, the main event for Sunday, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, defends his crown, the undisputed WWE Championship, against the greatest of all time, John Cena, who is looking for his record-breaking 17th World Championship.
All of that weekend, this weekend on Peacock.
On this week's music update, Coachella's off to a great start with Weekend One making waves across the internet. Blackpink's Jenny and Lisa hit the stage with their hits like Jenny and Rockstar.
On this week's music update, Coachella is off to a great start with Weekend 1 making waves across the internet. Blackpink's Jenny and Lisa hit the stage with their hits like Jenny and Rockstar. Charlie XCX brought Brat Energy to life with guest appearances from Billie Eilish and Lorde. Green Day made a statement updating the lyrics of their classic American Idiot to feature criticism of President Donald Trump stating, "I'm not a part of the MAGA agenda." Megan Thee Stallion brought out both Sierra and Queen Latifah. The festival also saw performances from Missy Elliott, Peso Pluma, the Marias, and even Bernie Sanders made his mark in the Coachella Valley Desert. Weekend 2 starts tomorrow. We'll see you next week for the music update.
Coachella continues this weekend with a great lineup of musical artists. It sounds like it'll be one for the books.
Along with other female celebrities like Katy Perry and Gayle King, Amazon founder Jeff Bezos recently launched another one of his Blue Origin mission trips into space. This time with his fiancée, Lauren Sanchez, taking lead of charge of the crew on board. Reporter Brian Hamasola has more for you about this high-profile space journey.
Right before taking off, the scene was calm, but the excitement eventually gratified in unison. Inside of the Blue Origin capsule had a crew of 6 settled for takeoff, some being celebrities, others being scientists. But overall, we're all pioneers in their own way. Outside their windows was a view awaited only very few humans get to ever witness in their lifetime, the edge of outer space. As the countdown before takeoff hit to 0 and the spacecraft roared to life beneath them, the journey launched not just into the sky, but into history. Group leader Lauren Sanchez, known as a journalist and philanthropist, organized and brought the mission to life. The idea was to bring together inspiring women who have made a serious impact across science, activism, media, and the arts. Former NASA rocket scientist and founder of a tech company, Aisha Brown, represented the future for women in STEM. Amanda Nguyen, civil rights activist, Nobel Peace Prize nominee, and space policy advocate, brought her voice to the stars, proving that science combined with activism can go hand in hand. Gayle King, one of the most respected journalists in the game, proved that no matter your age or career, there's always room to dream bigger. Pop superstar Katy Perry also took part in the flight, using her global platform to bring attention to the power of female representation in space. And last but not least, filmmaker Carrie Ann Flynn was on board to document the mission from start to finish, capturing the crew's once-in-a-lifetime journey. The mission lasted just over 10 minutes, which was brief but unforgettable for those on board. After the launch, crew members experienced a few moments of weightlessness, being able to float freely inside of the capsule while witnessing breathtaking views of Earth from above. For most of them, it was their first time seeing Earth from space, an experience they found to be unforgettable, emotionally captivating, and a shift into a different perspective.
A quick trip for sure, but one to leave an impression to last for eternity. The mission wasn't just about making it into outer space, but it was about breaking barriers and creating history. Thanks to reporter Brian Hamasola for the exciting overview into Blue Origin's latest mission. If you're looking for some motivation to get active, Apple is encouraging Apple Watch users to participate in their upcoming fitness challenges. Apple Watch owners can participate in Apple's annual Earth Day Challenge on April 22nd by completing a workout that lasts 30 minutes or longer. Users can log their workouts through the workout app or through apps linked with health. Successful participants will receive a 2025 Earth Day Achievement Award. Apple's also hosting the Close Your Rings Challenge on April 24th to celebrate the 10-year anniversary of the Apple Watch. Users who close their rings will receive a digital achievement alongside an animated badge and stickers for their Messages app. Limited edition physical pins will also be given out in stores to those who successfully closed all 3 rings while supplies last. Limited edition physical pins will also be given out in stores to those who successfully closed out all 3 rings while supplies last.
And we now have an alternative to Uber here on campus.
Vey is a new alternative to car rentals. This all-electric car is able to be remotely driven to and from the user, in which then the user can hop in and start driving the car themselves to wherever they need to go.
Vey is a teleoperations company, like remote driving. Effectively, we have a site right here where we operate cars remotely. So people sit in a call center-like environment, and they're able to drive cars remotely on the road. It's really cool. The technology was developed in Germany since about 2018.
Vey's mission is to be safe, All of their human teledrivers undergo many safety courses before taking on public roads. With VE's all-electric fleet of cars, they hope to reduce the overall amount of cars to help reduce carbon emissions and noise pollution. VE also hopes to expand and bring sustainable, affordable, door-to-door mobility to everyone.
Yeah, so from a user perspective, we focus on really being able to provide an affordable solution. So the affordable solution is about half the price of Uber today. Really is click a button, get a car. It's similar to if Zipcar and Uber had a baby, it would be VE. So the car comes to you, it's delivered all on your app, you open the car, you get in and use Zipcar, drive it away. It's a rental car by the time you use it. When we developed this service, it was really about us trying to say, hey, get a button, get a car for as long as you want. Today we're limited to about 12 hours based on battery and things of that nature. But effectively it's really a service that's idealized to give you a very, very reasonable cost solution to Uber that we know is a great option.
The VE app is available in the App Store today.
Don't forget you can park for free in any student space when using a VE.
This weekend is Easter weekend. We're going to toss it over to reporter Lindsay Felstead for the Easter news.
It's a big holiday this weekend, and there are lots of different ways to celebrate here in the Las Vegas Valley. First, if you still want to take photos with the Easter Bunny, the district at Green Valley offers photos now through Saturday. Also at the district, there will be a Market in the Alley, Easter edition, on Sunday from 11 to 4. This event will have an Easter egg hunt, activities, vendors, and live music. Over at Town Square, they will be hosting an all-day event on Saturday with free Easter egg hunts happening for different ages at different times. Another fun Easter event will be at the Whitney Ranch Recreation Center. It is the Henderson Spring Carnival and Easter egg hunt with bounce houses, games, and music. But Easter isn't just for the bunnies. There are church services happening all around town. A brand new church in Henderson, King City Church, will have their services at 9 and 11 a.m. Easter blessings to you all. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Lindsay. Those sound like a lot of fun for Easter weekend.
Yes, lots of good options for those who celebrate.
All right, thank you guys for joining us at Studio G.
Be sure to tune in for more news next week.